others to understand. This time around, we will be saying we want to work together. Work with us, and I'm rather pleased that President Mahama.
Now, for social media, South Africa President Opinion Eddie Ramaphosa, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama chose one any Africa countries be more anything come on. Over some weeks now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Eddie Koma credible 2 years old. Over South Africa any Ghana relationship now still na eguso tight. Na emuna opima South Africa President on any opportunity at some Claude Pacho Bizo. Oh, His Excellency, and making sure say other African countries, no, everything in common. And come up in everywhere, South Africa recently. Foreigners out do Krumonum, almost Sakisaki, be a Ghana for the day. I mean, Chadi, first bar, second bar, third bar, Omniaba, Ababetu. How do we equip media TV across all social media? My cultures over on the latest update in common to Ebeto Fubinyam. Now, what might be a seat to me? I come and go show. Now, on you be a kissing so TikToker. Kweku Multimedia IG no Kweku Multimedia South na Facebook Kweku Multimedia YouTube asi Kweku Multimedia gidi dem to your boss na yen kan komone fengum opeso WhatsApp line no erebusia edasom kama recently upimo South Africa ohwe issues outdoor ekoso omo pame foreigners outdoor but now mo we so Ghana and South Africa dey ohwe relationship a ye woni dia then that and these issues outdoor banom any nyama outdoor ekoso no kanu and this kind of things they can see any say secret. But okay, nyama wudu abusia enye sisi and okay the first bar, second bar, third batch of people no more South Africa. Ghana for more South Africa. I mean charge mama bitua. It leads us to say yes, abanum ebudma eyepitu wadwato. Now we 5 weeks now and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and then come out can be 2 years old. Osha South Africa and Ghana young funny dia. Yamim regret na very super pa. Now Osha a young Koma His Excellency Eddie Bab. It leads us to say and of will be a month free. And then Koma can Eddie by His Excellency and Koma or dear buyer. Upimo South Africa from Entra. Ever be seen there. Omo President Epa His Excellency Chowa and come on any enemy.
Our relations with South Africa continue. We do not have any breach in our diplomatic relations. What happened was that it's not the first time there have been these xenophobic attacks in South Africa. They say we shouldn't call it xenophobia. I don't know what else, other name you can give it. But there have been these surges in anti-foreign attacks. And normally those who bear the brunt are fellow Africans from neighboring states, Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and before Nigeria. Lately, Ghanaians have gotten involved. This is the first time we've really had Ghanaians getting part of the direction of attacks. We had a situation where people went on rampage, locked the shops of foreigners. And many of the Ghanaians and other West Africans there come with some skills like nail work, barbering, weaving of hair, I mean the cosmetic and beautician industry. And so when the rampage took place and their shops were locked and it was dangerous to go out because if you were identified as foreign, you could be attacked. And there were even forays into health institutions. And if you were not South African, you were asked to leave the hospital, even if you were ill. It created a very, toxic atmosphere. And many of our citizens rushed to our embassy because they were displaced, especially those who came from Durban and other places. They sought refuge in our embassy. And so at a point we had nearly 200 of our citizens in our embassy. And I mean, it didn't look like the South African authorities were doing anything to try to quell what was happening and also to provide protection to those who had been displaced. And so we had no option but to evacuate our citizens. And so we did a first evacuation flight. We're going to do 2 more to take those who want to leave. It's voluntary. We asked, do you want to stay or you want to leave? And many of them say they feel threatened, and so they want to leave. But I think it's unfortunate what is happening in South Africa. We need to drill down to what causes these flare-ups in terms of xenophobia. I think that there might be some structural issues in there that are a carryover of the apartheid era. And so all of us must empathize with South Africa, or must sympathize with South Africa, and we must help South Africa to be able to drill down and find out what it can do to reduce the unemployment rates amongst the black populations, and to also change the mindset that people who have come to your country are taking your jobs. You know, really, let all the Africans leave. After the last fellow African leaves, is it going to change unemployment among blacks in South Africa? After the last shop has been closed and everybody has left, is it going to change unemployment in South Africa? There's something in there that the South African government must put a finger on and start a process of reforming, so that, I mean, every country benefits from migration. There are lawyers here in the UK, there are surgeons, there are doctors, there are Ghanaian healthcare workers working in the NHS. In Ghana, we have fellow Africans working in Ghana. There are South Africans, there are Sudanese, there are, you know, Nigerians, and everybody brings some advantage. They either bring their knowledge or they bring investments, and I think we should get over this fear of foreigners coming into our countries.
And we and Komakra, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the Tuga, now from then and draw South Africa President opinionity at a year Ramaphosa, that in Komakra Yabas, I'm a facunya is now wapa, a year His Excellency John Dramani Choseu, a year business I would go on other countries are. Obesa say Excellency no meditin komo na won we make sure say that amount of bianom it sounds like ocean komo do anyway yes I have my businesses now be scammers in Nikki you because South Africa they okoye yi na okoye yi a one shade be yi ya and to His Excellency komo weeks some weeks no the buy I don't know how PM South Africa president and the advice leads us to say happening opportunity Ghana football blast start take as oh Excellency ma nyawa do so be yes scammers we kikiskoki ni keleke
others to understand. This time around, we will be saying we want to work together, work with us, and I'm rather pleased that President Mahama of Ghana has been saying he would like to make a call on other African countries to work with South Africa. And that is precisely what has triggered our intention to send envoys so that they can go and explain the type of initiatives, type of programs that we are going to embark upon. Because in the end, this is an African problem. It's not only a South African problem. We are all involved in this. There's various countries on the continent that experience precisely what we are going through. Now, because of the social challenges that our people are facing, challenges of security, challenges of the delivery of services, as well as unemployment. It brings a lot of pressure on our people, which we understand very, very well. So therefore, it needs all of us as South Africans, as those who are coming to our country, either documented or undocumented, as well as other countries, so that we work together. This is an African problem that requires African solutions.
And we and Komakra, South Africa, a year president, opinionity, a year Ramaphosa, a year bar, and also your latest update of social media. A trainer says South Africa president, one a year John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, a chow, as one and a year Pima, African countries, no, and it didn't come on. It's like we were trying to send the clan stunning of the story of Matumbuasia, Mapono Kakram, and Yamayabu Bonjomo. Now, on you be a album, a quick multimedia 61, and the latest update at the